What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Let's try to find this dang book, shall we?
Can I help you?
Do you have any suspicions regarding the stolen volume?
I don't believe any of the students could do it. It must be a misunderstanding. I hope you manage to get to the bottom of it.
Tell me about Ligia's studies.
Your sister has an extraordinary mind. She's one of our most gifted graduates, and I hope she will join our teaching staff after this lecture. Her arguments are bold and accurate, untainted by social restraints. Oh, and her charisma.
Indeed, you are impressed.
Is there anything else you want to ask?
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Who else? You?
I was instructed to become acquainted with your lot. Wiktor Szulski, nice to meet you.
I don't know if talking to me is the best choice. Polina Nikolaevna Gavrilov.
Seems you're not very popular among your colleagues.
What did I tell you? That I cast spells to make their pants leak and their ties run?
Why don't they like you?
Because I'm Russian, and every Ruski is an enemy, right?
My mother is Russian, so my perspective is different.
I understand the political situation. I was born in Warsaw. I love this city.
Who do you think is behind stealing that book?
I can't believe that it might be one of us. After all, we all love books.
That sounds like the perfect motive.
Indeed. If I were to steal, I would rob antiquarian bookshops. But it wasn't me.
Why did you decide to go to the university?
I don't want to waste my intellect on throwing parties and picking the perfect hat.
And what do you want?
To study law at the Sorbonne. You think it's funny?
No, it's just that my mother wanted me to study law in Paris, but I preferred to travel.
My mother keeps trying to talk me into traveling. Apparently, that's the way to find a husband.
I'll be off now.
Alright, talk to those two. Anything more in here? Apparently not. Nothing in here. Hello? Lockpick in a flower pot. The lockpick is in good condition. Whoever used it knew how to handle it. The lockpick is covered with blots of feverish thought. Sloppy as a child's handwriting, there was no time. Skillman could see. Point the finger, catch him in the act. Catch the thief. The flower pot was close and seemed a reasonable solution. Almost. Was it you, Ligia?
What's up, Sherlock? Mystery solved?
You're as happy as a child on Christmas Day.
I like to watch you do something with passion.
Who do you think could have taken the book?
I have no idea, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
You're way too enthusiastic. How many sweets have you had?
Don't even ask.
I'll be off now.
Can I get into this room now? I want to get in here.
You don't understand. I want to leave.
And I want my volume to be in my display case. Maybe you're the one who has it.
I'm not a thief, and I don't have to explain myself.
There's no need to argue. Please, let me help you.
You can help by searching this young lady.
I know subtler ways. Could you give me a personal item, please? No, she's not the one who stole the book. The trace doesn't match.
How do you know?
One of the students is desperate to leave the antiquarian bookshop. Suspicious. The student didn't steal the volume. The trace on her powder box was velvety and taste of iron, as if unbreakable character was hidden beneath the delicate beauty. Completely incompatible with the one imprinted on the lockpick.
You must trust my expertise.
I see. I can't open the door, but I can help you with your parents. I know what it's like when your loved ones don't understand your passion for books.
I see. Thank you for your help.
Mr. Szulski, there are guest codes in the wardrobe. I will let you in there if it helps you to catch that degenerate.
That might be helpful.
Then follow me, please.
Following you. Ooh, I was gonna get in here. Thank you. It's not the kind of coat you wear every day. An elegant coat boasts above others like the flower among the weeds. It radiates red pride, spreads with the scent of a splendor, and tempts with the taste of sweetness. Only a small thread at the collar resembles uncertainty. Will the effort be noticed by the one for whom it was made? It's dowdy and worn. The coat's pocket is full of worries pushed away out of thought's reach. They're gray and dull like the lockpick found in the flower pot. They whisper of the punishment that will befall their son for taking their father's locksmithing tools, about the consequences of a prank that will turn into trouble. Large woman's coat. A woman's coat, large, probably belongs to Lucretia. The fibers of the coat spin and weave into intricate embroidery of sorrow and bitterness. The accusation of an affair weighs down on the fabric and creates deep wrinkles on its surface. The explanation disappears like a soap bubble. She cannot confess. The university must remain a secret.
And? Have you found anything?
Maybe, although I still need some information.
Well, what are you waiting for? Fire away!
I found a men's coat in the wardrobe, one with embroidered initials and wooden buttons. Do you remember who it belongs to?
With a worn-out collar and elbow patches? That's Valdemar's coat,
You have good memory.
which you are using in a ridiculous way. Why don't you look for the degenerate?
I did.
The large coat belongs to Miss Lucrezia, I presume. The one with the satin lining?
Yeah, no doubt. But I don't know why you're wasting your time on these.
Thank you. That was very helpful.
I will wait for the results then.
Voldemort. The antiquarian is convinced that the worn coat belongs to Voldemort. It's time to expose the thief. Voldemort who stole the volume. He has no trouble opening the display case, being the son of a locksmith. He knows his way around locks. However, it seems that his intentions weren't entirely bad. He thought the theft would be an innocent prank, but it ended up causing quite a commotion. Voldemort.
A grey coat with embroidered initials and wooden buttons. It belongs to you, doesn't it?
Why do you ask?
I think it belongs to the thief.
What? No, I don't wear a coat.
It's September.
I like the cold, and that is not a crime. Leave me alone.
Right. Under the bed? Oh, thing went away.
Here, I found your book.
Voldemort hid the volume under the bed.
What's this?
The hiding spot leaves much to be desired. The volume is covered by a thin layer of gloomy thoughts that bind its covers like gray hoarfrost. It's the thief's trace, identical to the one on the coat and the lockpicks. There's no doubt Voldemort is the thief. Read the letter.
I hope you will find my little plot amusing. The city must recognize the power of thaumaturgy. Enjoy your show. You have earned it. Cecilia. I should return the volume. The bookseller will finally calm down. And then I will have a talk with the author of this
Interesting.
letter.
Note hidden in the volume. A carefully calligraphed note, a letter addressed to me from Cecilia. A thought wanders across the note. Playful as a young woman on a summer's eve. She considers all the scenarios, makes plans, and selects tools, all to make the right impression on him. I found the volume. A letter fell out of it, written by Cecilia. The intrigue was planned, and I don't like to be the tool of other people's games. I should talk to her. Here you are, my friend.
Here is your volume.
You came back to me, safe and sound. Praise the Lord.
I hope it was all just a mistake.
No, it was planned.
That was obvious. How did you find the book?
I found the lockpicks that the thief used to open the display case. They were marked with this trace.
And that is how you determined his identity? What an exceptional display of thaumaturgy.
As impressive as conjuring up ghosts at a seance.
I would like to see you say that to Madame Samira.
Of course you know each other. You both prey on people's gullibility.
Consider this a thaumaturgical display. Before you left the house, you had an argument with your husband. He thinks you are having an affair, while in reality, you sneak out to the university. Do you find that convincing?
How dare you? These are private matters and should not be discussed in public.
But don't be a bish.
You asked for it.
Stop, both of you. Please tell us who took the book from the display case.
The book was in the bedroom, under the bed.
What a captivating display of power. Shame there wasn't a missing sock there too. Now that would be a discovery.
One problem I have with this game.
Don't be sarcastic. It's the potential that matters.
What matters is who is responsible for that mess. Please, don't keep us in suspense.
She shouldn't say that after we just proved like our power to her. Like, yeah, yeah.
The plot might not be too original, but it was certainly planned.
You might be missing the big picture.
The one responsible for stealing the book is Valdemar. He used his father's lockpicks and hid the book under the bed.
Valdemar? How could you?
What a disappointment.
The boy stole the book at Cecilia's request. She talked him into it.
It's impossible. Valdemar?
It's true, Mr. President. Cecilia said it would be a joke.
Do you understand what kind of situation this puts me in? How this affects our reputation?
I'm sorry, but it was necessary. I had my reasons.
An exquisite coat, an evening dress, an intrigue. You took a lot of trouble to impress me.
Did it work?
Yes.
Then it was worth it.
That's enough. Miss Cecilia, please explain yourself.
Nobody treats thaumaturgy like a real science. I had to show its potential. Show what you're capable of.
That's enough! That is no excuse. I will talk to you in a minute. Leave us alone.
You know I was right.
I'm sorry you were used like that.
Thank you. Honestly, I don't like being led by the nose.
I understand. Cecilia's methods are disgraceful, but she does have a point. A lecture by a thaumaturge would enrich our academy. Please, consider it an offer.
I will think about it.
All right. She just wanted to impress me. It's okay. I accept being impressed. All right. We're not going to go meet with Rasputin yet. We have to do that one as well. Do that one as well. Horses in the sky. Let's go. Get this investigation reopened. I am ready to finally be able to do this quest. You probably could have done it last act if you just focused on that line and got those two, what was it, mined up to 4 and 5, but That's okay. Powiśle. Oh, we have more things. Cecilia is a student at the Flying University. She's also keenly interested in thaumaturgy, or at least handsome, shrewd, and witty thaumaturges named Wiktor. She's delighted in my every word and nodded eagerly. Even her dress seemed to have been chosen especially for the occasion. It was Cecilia who orchestrated the theft. Her little experiment was meant to prove the power of thaumaturgy to everyone. Either that, or she was impressed by a shrewd and handsome thaumaturge named Wiktor. Samuel Dickstein. He is the president of the Flying University, a clandestine institution whose curriculum includes content and ideas that were banned in the Russian partition. Dickstein is a mathematician and an incredibly charming man who clearly cares about the students. On top of that, he proposed that I give a lecture about thaumaturgy. My opinion of him continues to improve. The Flying University. Under the partitions, whatever benefits Polish intelligence, the culture has to be done in secret. This is how the Flying University operates, in silence and hidden from prying eyes and treacherous tongues. Initially, it catered exclusively to women whose access to education had been more difficult. Nowadays, it also accepts the few men who share its ideas. The university is based on several pillars. The first is knowledge and the desire to expand in every field. The second is the wisdom with which this knowledge should be approached. Third is love for Poland and its cultural and scientific repositories. May they operate for as long as possible. May they one day be able to do so officially. Maybe one day. Alright, you ready to be discovered? Please sat, crumpled and tossed into the mud. Maybe it can be washed. Cursing, he angrily sent the symbol of his work where it belonged, alone, against everyone. What's the point in trying? Someone without ambition and without conscience will always come along and give a heartless order. To do things faster, to do more, but never to do them better. Dying flame. It's not too late to convince Pelivan. He doesn't believe Kajetan was guilty and would like to find the true killer. The will to fight is still smoldering in him. I just need to rekindle the flame.
Of all the joints in Powiśle, you walk into this one again.
Who was the last victim? You must know their name.
I do, but you don't have anything to convince me. Is there anything else?
You won't give up that easy. Deep down, you're not that kind of man. Tilting at windmills has dimmed your investigator's instinct, but you won't give them the satisfaction.
I don't have the strength.
I do. Let's bring this case to a close. Let's find the real fisherman.
You're right. The dubber is innocent. I'm not going to fall in with a heartless system where all that matters is the quarterly performance. Come, I'll show you the body. It's still in the ice room, unless the pallbearer took it. I'll tell you the rest of the story there.
See, I'm not that bad at spellcasting. Wiktor Szulski, Thaumaturge.
Antoni Nigorevich Pielewin.
Lead the way.
I hope I don't regret it, Thaumaturge.
Let's go. Just get right behind him so I can keep following him. Where should you take us? Oh, no, too fast. At least there is a way to go slow enough to where we can just follow people instead of having to sprint ahead of them the whole time. That's convenient. Oh, we got enough points. Yes. Thank you. Is it a waste? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. It's a long walk, sir. Stuff. Bench, a wooden seat overlooking the house of the victim's last victim. Wood that split from cold 1,000 storms and scorching suns holds more than just sand in its cracks. There's a hateful thought in the grain. Someone who was surprised the house didn't stink with those fucking fish.
There he is. Tadeusz Pielecha, a Powiśle man. Childless, 46 years old. He was a fisherman. Ну, Thaumaturge, за дело.
The last victim's body. Cold butchered reeks of blood and fish. His name was Tadeusz Pielewicz. There is a heat of living fingers imprinted on the dead skin, frosted by rapid breathing. Someone has dragged the body towards the mighty ripple of the river. The trip was short, the effort passing, the satisfaction wild, the contempt boundless.
He has multiple wounds and bruises.
Yeah, he was tortured before he died. But the immediate cause of death was a strong hit to the back of the head. Stunned like a fish. It's a joke.
I presume it's his trademark.
Yes, he always puts pebbles in place of gouged out eyes. Ordinary river pebbles, probably collected at the local wharf.
The pebble with dried blood on it is surrounded by echoes of obsessive thoughts. Someone shoved it into the empty eye socket, wondering why they hesitated so long if it was so satisfying. Memories filled with pain fluttered in the head like fat moths.
Any personal items? Something could have been imprinted on them. His emotions, thoughts, anything.
All he had was his wedding ring. But we gave it back to the widow because she was crying that she wanted to have a memento after her husband.
We should ask her to show this wedding ring to us. Where can I find the widow?
She lives in a house on the corner, between the marketplace and Yaja's brothel.
Pielecha wasn't the fisherman's first victim. What about the others?
There was another fisher, a porter, a traveling saleswoman, but this is our best clue.
Were other victims from around here as well?
Some spent all their lives in Powiśle. Others were passing through, and they were just unlucky.
Then it's certain the fisherman lives in the area and knows it well. Which means he probably also keeps his victims somewhere around here.
And then just drops them on the bank?
Did he have a family?
We only know about the wife. They didn't seem to get along.
All right, the autopsy's over. When did Pielecha's wife report he was missing?
She admitted she was worried her husband had been gone for 3 days. She did take her time.
Maybe she was the one who killed him.
Why don't you talk to her? If you need me, I'll be at the moonshine.
Sullivan confessed that the fisherman's victims lived in Powiśle or were passing through, so the fisherman must be a local. He knows the area well. His hideout must be close by. Dun dun dun. Oh, hello. What do we got here? Watchman's report. On September 3rd, after numerous complaints from the residents of the apartment building, I decided to chase away the boys playing hoop and rolling in the courtyard. This made them angry, and for the next hour, they stood under the windows and took turns yelling. When their throats became sore, they announced that the next day they would return, and if they were banned from playing, they would protest in similar fashion. Document written on a sheet of paper, slightly soiled with ash. The courtyard of the tenement house is a group of boys like to play hoop rolling. Hello there, my dear. Oh, another thing, eh? Mr. Shishlaw, I can no longer stand what is going on almost every afternoon under the windows of our 5A Brovarna Street, where it used to be so quiet, cluttering, screaming, bang on metal. Can you hear it? Please do something about it as soon as possible. A card folded in half and addressed to a watchman called Shishlaw. A resident of the tenement house complains of the daily noise under her windows.
A friend of Piotrush's. You can ask. Just be discreet.
What about Tadeusz Pielecha? Do you know anything about him?
What a miserable chap. No one could ever cheer him up. It must be really hard for his wife now. A friend of a friend saw him in a moonshine often. A local joint.
I know where it is.
Anything else?
Thank you for being willing to talk to me. Goodbye.
Give my best to Piotruś.
No, I hate him.
Hey, what are you up to? Bothering the lady? Nothing comes for free.
Never in my life did I have to pay for a conversation with a beautiful woman. And I don't mean to change that today.
Smooth talker, aren't you?
Forget it. This is nothing, really. Just idle chit-chat, that's all.
I'm supposed to step in if any fishermen or others can't bother you. So I am. Unless you want to be left alone. And you? Come here. Losing a few teeth will teach you not to waste a hooker's time.
I don't think it's gonna be me who loses some teeth, my friend. Yeah, you guys seem like a little bit of punks, actually. Sorry, not sorry. Ow. Ow. This is Lelik? Oh, this is Velis. My bad. Let's disable that, Velis. Thank you. One more there. No. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Plays out exactly how it's supposed to. Killing that guy, interrupting that guy, and taking him out. This. Follow the trail. Wait, no, he's gonna be in the moonshine. I want to go do this first. Although we're not going to be finishing this quest today, I would imagine, seeing what time it is on the recording. That's okay. Try to at least get the ring done. Hello. The Sports Gazette. The rules of football. 11 players are not allowed to use shoes with nails unless the nail heads are driven completely flush with the leather. Iron fittings in the shoes are also not allowed, nor are the rubber soles or shin guards, nor are the wooden pegs sticking out of the shoes. A player who does not comply with this must be excluded from the game. Open an article about sports. Someone discarded a newspaper with an article describing the rules for a new outdoor game. Football. Football.
Yes.
Have you seen anyone suspicious here lately?
Other than you? This is Powiśle. Everyone's suspicious here.
What are you selling?
My late husband's junk. I don't need to look at all of this if I can't look at him.
Do you have any valuables to sell? Like jewelry?
What jewelry? Look at me. I had Pieleha's ring, but I sold it to a pawn shop. Money don't stink, you know. They didn't want anything else anyway.
And where is this pawn shop?
At Browarno Street. But it's probably closed at this time.
I have to go now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Alright, guys. That is gonna do it for this episode. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.